In this video, I'm going to show two Egyptian structures, King Khufu's pyramid tomb and the King Tut tomb, which I have 3D modeled in great detail using the program Blender. Let's first take a look at King Khufu's pyramid tomb. We don't know much about the interior of this pyramid, yet when Mr. Beast filmed a video of the inside of it, it created a surplus of footage to use as reference when 3D modeling. What I am showing here are the rooms and passageways Mr. Beast followed through inside the pyramid, such as the burial chamber, the gallery, and the decoy burial chambers meant to trick the treasure hunters. There is much we don't know about the interior. We also don't know what it had in its burial chamber before it was robbed. This is a recreation of what it might have looked like based on other tombs' contents. Fortunately, we know more about the King Tut tomb, which I am showing my 3D model of here. The King Tut tomb has been robbed twice in its life, but retained most of its treasures. It is the only tomb in Egypt with this occurrence. What I find surprising is that everything stayed in such good condition. The contents could have easily rotted away if there was any sort of water or spores of mold to come in through the door, but it stayed nearly in perfect condition. It is also surprising that the rock this tomb was carved into didn't collapse on itself and destroy everything inside of it. Now let's talk about these treasures. Lots of them were very intricately made. When people look at the wall art of tombs, they aren't realistic, giving these people the misconception that Egyptian art was crude and rustic. But these people are wrong. For example, look at these chests, made of ebony, ivory, and some other dark wood like walnut or mahogany. Just upon looking at this, it's clear to see that their culture was extremely sophisticated just based on the amount of skill and detail they put into something that would be hidden away for thousands of years. It was also quite ahead of their time. It could easily fit in a museum exhibit on colonial furniture, and no one would notice it was thousands of years older than everything else. Another thing about this chest is the amazing skill that went into it that I mentioned earlier. Upon further research, I discovered lots of techniques used in the Mesopotamian woodworking video that I also made. These were also used here too. I made this animation to show the construction of the chest. The frame was put together with mortise and tenon joinery, which is explained in the animation here. And then it was veneered with walnut, which was book matched by slicing the board of walnut in half and opening it like a book. The work that went into it is most impressive because it lasted for such a great length, while similar furniture today won't last nearly as long because the skill and the pure craftsmanship is just gone today. Another example of excellent Egyptian craftsmanship is the Senate game board, which has drawers to house the game pieces when they weren't being used. The drawer mechanism for this is almost identical to what it would be today. This Senate game board was definitely ahead of its time. This game board is made of ebony and ivory, which is incidentally what piano keys are made of before plastic was a thing. Before I distract myself with piano history, this game board was quite fascinating to me because, like I said, it had drawers and it also looked perfectly square, which means it had perfect 90-degree angles. And it seemed as if this was made by precise modern machines that they wouldn't have had back then. Now here is a tour of King Tut's tomb as if you were Howard Carter and just discovered it. Once you come in through the antechamber, you will be met with a pile of boxes in the main hall. To your left is the annex, where the Senate game board was found. To your right is the burial chamber, filled with boxes, and the sarcophagus and coffins for King Tut. King Tut's mummy is hidden under all of those. To your right is the treasury, filled with more stuff like boxes and probably some more Senate game boards. Overall, I hope this video helped provide some insight into Egyptian culture, their treasures, and their amazing tombs that they built.